Remember, just to help me, click a like or click a like or just say hello to me so that I know you guys are there. Okay? Yes. See whether if I put on my earpiece, it will sound better. Okay. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sound test, visual test. Let me know you guys can hear me loud and clear. Hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay. Internet. Okay. I hope the. Oh, wow, in KL. Okay. Cool. Good to see you. Strength number 5. Good evening. Okay. Hongi and Kelvin. Okay. Loud and clear. Just came in very fast. Thank you. Ivy. Good to see you. Sankodan. Good to see you. Okay. Thank you. Fayon. Good to see you. Ahmad. SY. Good to see you too. Can you sit lower? Can't see your hair. Okay. Yep. It's better, right? Okay, cool. Sorry, a little bit messy. Nowadays, I got hair comb. Yes. Uh, Good to see you. Okay. All right, cool. Now, I thought tonight is a very important night. Okay, I got to talk on this. I've been observing the market for 2 days, watching and reading every signal. Okay, so that I know how to react, what to say. Yes. Okay, good to see you. Yes. Good evening, everybody. Yes, Ronnie, good to see you. Remember, usual thing. Okay, click a like. Click a like. Thank you, Rest. Good to see you. Give a like. I really appreciate when everybody give a like. Okay, Lillian. Yes. So the more like you given, the more we can talk about this. Yes. Okay. So my slides are already loaded up. Lagging. Is it lagging, everybody? Is it lagging? Please tell me. I already got Singtel 4G. Yeah. Can you tell me whether the thing is lagging? Okay. Thank you, Alphonsus. Alphonsus. Yeah, Alphonsus. Okay. Uh, Lagging a bit. Okay. I'm gonna switch to Wi-Fi and see if it's any better. Okay. Just hold it there. Hold it there. Okay. I switched to Wi-Fi. Can you tell me when it's better? Just now I checked the speed of a 4G. It goes to 100 over meg, and I checked my Wi-Fi is like 20 meg. So I don't know why if Wi-Fi turns out better. Okay, anyway, it's better right now, right? Okay, okay. Everybody give a blast of light. We shall start. Okay, we shall start soon. Okay, now okay. All right, good. Okay, better. Okay, I have no idea. Latency and speed is two different things. I cannot figure out. When I was in Singtel, they used to talk about that. But anyway, okay, good. Amy, good evening. Good evening to you. Okay, we're going to talk about Silicon Valley Bank. Okay, I call it a major financial crisis. Okay, there's a lot of people who think that the Silicon Valley Bank is no too far away, not a big deal. Calling to see you, not a big deal. Won't happen in Singapore. Nothing happened to us. Well, many years ago in 2007, there's a financial institution called Bear Stearns. If you all recall how it started, so Bear Stearns first went down under. No big deal, right? So far away, how can it affect Singapore? How can it affect Asia? How can it affect the rest of the world? Guess what? After Bear Stearns was Lehman Brothers. After that, the whole world went into a financial crisis. Okay, so Silicon Valley Bank has smell of Bear Stearns. So and I will actually walk you through what's happening and why I say that it's potentially a major financial crisis and what's going to happen next. Okay, for some of you who come in expecting me to give you a message of calm and relax, you won't get that from me today. Okay, I'm rarely, I'm rarely in a state of trying to use the right word now, a state of caution, a state of tension. Okay, so this is today one of those moments. Even I will compare, yeah, I wouldn't even think that the inflation crisis worry me that much. This one worry me a lot. Okay, so this is my 287 talk, and today what I tell you is not a guidance for me to buy or sell for education and entertainment. Please do not react. Okay, please do not overreact on what I say. What I say is going to be frightening, but don't overreact. I got hold on to my message to the end of it. Don't halfway overreact. Okay, Michael, good to see you. No, I'm not panicky. I've seen worse. Okay, but hold on to my message. I'll give you my what I think I should do. Okay. So Silicon Valley Bank is the 16th largest bank in US. Okay, and right now it's being shuttered, being closed down by state regulators. And and how the crisis happened. I actually have a video that talk about it when I was doing my 1965 meet and greet with some fans. I've got a video. Please watch the one earlier. But let me just simply say it first, okay? So Silicon Valley Bank accepts a lot of deposit from majority are tech startups, okay? Are tech startups from Silicon Valley. Some of you may not be in Silicon Valley, but I've been in Silicon Valley for quite a long time. I started going there in 2009, and I have an office there to 2000 till I left Singtel around 2015. So I worked in Silicon Valley a lot, and I had an office there in Redwood City, and I studied in Stanford for that matter. So I'm quite familiar with Silicon Valley. And this is the major crisis. This is the major crisis. So Silicon Valley Bank takes in a lot of deposits, okay, from 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 retail depositors, retail customers, and especially the tech startups, okay. And the tech startups in Silicon Valley drive the entire tech industry of not just in US, not just in UK and Europe, but also from the rest of the world. Okay, there's a lot of company have the HQ with bank accounts with Silicon Valley. Okay, I'm not surprised if many of the companies here actually have bank account with Silicon Valley there. So Silicon Valley Bank, like all banks, hold a lot of assets. Okay, they have a lot of assets with they have a lot of assets with that help in treasury bills. Some people say, "Why is so stupid? Go and hold treasury bonds, right? Long-term treasury bonds." That's not stupid. In fact, I think some of it is required by regulators to do it. But they hold a long-term bonds, okay, and on average, I think they yield about 1.7%. These were bought when the interest rate were low. Then what happens after that was that because Federal Reserve, to drive in an attempt to drive inflation down, spike the interest rate, right? So you may not realize this, but bond prices has a negative correlation with interest rate. So when the interest rate goes up, okay, bond prices goes down. Okay, hi Hayden. So it's a very natural thing, and the reverse as well. So when interest rate goes down, bond prices go up. Okay, so interest rate goes up, bond prices goes down. So on their books, you can't see because the accounting rules don't require you to report those losses until you sell those bonds. So theoretically, if you hold those bonds to maturity, which is 30 years time, it's okay. Get back the full amount. But unfortunately, a lot of the depositors realize that outside, yeah, outside more outside more attractive, okay, the returns. So they take the money out, okay, and they take the money out and put the money elsewhere, okay, higher return, the T bills and things like that. And then there's also a drying up of VC funding as well. So more of them got to take money out from the bank. So suddenly the bank realized that, hey, I don't have enough money. So what do they do in order to fulfill some of the depositors withdrawal? They sell the bonds. The minute they sell the bonds, what happened? They realize the accounting losses. So they lost billions of dollars, okay, in bond value, and suddenly the people realize that, hey, this bank is in a negative equity situation. So everybody worried already. So Peter Thiel, one of the very famous angel investor and VC, sent out a note and tell everybody, pull out your money from Silicon Valley Bank. You know what happened after that? Really, a lot of people, a lot of companies start pulling out. This is called a run on the bank. Okay, run on a bank. Run on a bank is the most serious thing that can ever happen to a bank, okay, and to the financial industry. All regulators, all banks are scared of this. It's not the bank got no money. the bank is in the business of taking money from depositors and lending out, okay? So at any one time, they only need to hold what we call cash reserve ratio. I don't know what's the US one. I think it's 6 or 8%. I lost count those days, you know. And then there's a liquid asset ratio, and things like that. But you don't need to hold the. Let's say you take deposit of $1 billion, you can lend out $900 million. Okay, you keep maybe 10 in, and usually these 10 can be kept in treasury bonds. Okay, and some of the liquid asset. So guess what? All this cannot hit, no? Have from what I say, has Silicon Valley Bank done anything wrong? I want to hear so far. Have they done anything wrong? Okay, they haven't done anything wrong. They would have done anything normal. Yeah, anything normal, right? So, if they haven't done anything wrong, they do exactly what is required, okay, by law, right? They put money into treasuries, they lend out things, right? It's just that of course, someone might say, why don't you buy short-term treasury in terms of long-term bonds, right? Anybody would have done that. Anybody would have done that, right? Mr. Lu hold a lot of long-term bonds also, no? Yeah, anybody would have done that, okay? So this run on the bank right now just started, okay? Just started, okay? So this bank is now gone case. The level of deposit insured the level of deposit deposit insured is 250,000. In Singapore is 75,000. Okay, so 250,000 USD seems like a lot, but you know what? Okay, the problem is that the $250,000 is a very low limit. Most of the depositors, 92%, if I'm not wrong, 92% of the depositors have amount above 250,000. So as a result, guess what? There's a run on the bank. Okay, run on the bank. The only thing we can fault them is that they hold too many long-term bonds. So of course, hindsight is perfect sight, right? But on paper, legally, there's nothing wrong. It's not a 2008 financial crisis. The banks were reckless. Okay, bank were reckless. And the bank were reckless and put in toxic mortgage-backed security. This one, the bank didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. So if this could happen to this bank, what do you think whether it happened to another bank? What's the chances? High or low? High or low? Do you think this can happen to another bank? Okay. Yeah. Do you think that I want to hear? Do you think this can happen to another bank? Okay, high or low chance? Is the chances high or low? Okay. I think it's very, 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 very high. Very, 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 very high, right? Once everybody has this mindset that it can be very high, what will everybody do? Everybody will chong it and take out money. When everybody chong and take out money from all the banks, what happens? We have a run on the bank, whole banking industry. So think about it this way, okay? So right now is with Silicon Valley Bank. By the way, First Republic Bank is also having this problem right now, okay? Then a lot of the regional banks has this problem. You may not know, but banks lend to each other. So maybe some JP Morgan put some banks money in this bank as well, or JP Morgan Bank America put money in this bank, and they also have a lot of treasury bonds, right? So this could be a major black swan event, okay, that could lead to a major financial crisis. Could be. I'm not saying it will. Okay, could be. Some people say that small issue one small little bank, I won't happen the rest of it. No, all financial bank runs are major events. Okay, major events. Years ago in 1972 or 74, Chong Kiao Bank happened in Singapore as well. Very major, everything, right? So anyway, so there's a huge worry in the tech startup right now after Silicon Valley Bank failure. Okay, so right now 96% of the total $173 billion was uninsured. So what will happen to all the tech startups? They need the money to pay their staff, pay the creditors, pay bills and things like that. They don't have money. So what will happen? Hey, imagine today. I give you an example. It won't happen. Okay, it won't happen. Huh? I give you an example. DBS goes down. Don't say go down. Just shut down for 1 month. You know what will happen? Hey, hello. All the bank customer, we got no money to pay their staff. Yeah. This turn around is very, very serious. Very, very serious. Not I say one. 10 banks may face trouble in the wake of the Silicon Valley Bank financial group debacle. Okay, then there was an article on it. So more and more banks. I told you this is not even mortgage backed security. This is treasury bonds. Every bank will have them. Every bank will have them for sure. Is how much? That's all. It's a very, 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 very common thing to hold, right? So guess what? As I expected, I've been watching Silicon Valley Bank fallout now spreads across the world as UK firms plead for help. In UK right now, their firms are pleading for Bank of England, which is a central bank. Tolong, Mr. Central Banker, please help us. It is a major issue. For those people who underestimated this, you must say, "Oh, your freaking mind." It's a very, very major. It's a very, very major issue. Very, very major issue. Okay, very, very major issue. So, in a news article now says Silicon Valley Bank fall spread across the world from London to Singapore. It's not I write one, okay? The media has come out. Asia tech leaders are scrambling to assess the potential ramification too. In Singapore, financiers and entrepreneurs at Wharton Alumni Gathering in Shangri-La shared news about fallout. Okay, blah 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 blah. It's the contagion, blah, 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 very fast. 40 now it's 72 hours. Very, very fast. Very, very fast. Okay, very, very fast. European banking stocks sink as Silicon Valley Bank's jitters spread. Okay, right. So Israeli startups are scrambling after Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Okay, Israeli venture capital funds held emergency discussion to see what to do, what to do. So you can see, right? It's spreading very, very fast. This is damn fast. This is not even like Bear Stearns, man. In 2007, this is much more faster. So actually, who caused all this? Who caused all this? All this problem? The Federal Reserve lah. Right, the Federal Reserve caused all it, right? The Federal Reserve heavy hands need stopping as Silicon Valley banks become fatal victim of aggressive rate hike. Yeah, you hike it so fast, the rest of the bank cannot react. Okay, it's not Joe Biden, it's Jerome Powell. Joe Biden got nothing to do with this, right? Joe Biden got nothing to do with this. Now, someone is say that hey, Mr. Lu, I thought you said stock market will start to rise, interest. This issue is bigger than inflation. Okay. Okay, bigger. Is the Singtel network down again? Can somebody tell me, is it lagging again? Okay, why there some people say that it's lagging? Is it lagging again? Okay. All right, cool. So I'll go on until someone, if there's a network issue, then please tell me, okay? So something interesting is that because of this, everybody deemed, oh, it's lagging. Alamak. Okay, I hate it when it happens. I'm going to, sound is lagging on and off, lagging a bit. Okay, I'm going to attempt to switch to 4G again. Walao. I'm going to stand 4G again. Give me 1 minute. All right, okay, desyncing. Okay, I don't know what's happening. The last time it happened again. I'm using a mobile network and I've switched 2 times already. I suspect it is it's a YouTube problem. Okay. All right. Anyway, the threat because right now everybody think that okay, everybody think that the Federal Reserve right now will hold back on their interest rate rises because it's so jialat already, right? So all the treasuries prices gone up. Yeah. Okay, all the treasury prices gone up, and so therefore, all the treasury prices go up is actually quite a good thing because for my bond prices, for my Singtel Singtel. When my equity's gone down, my bond prices go up, kind of cover those losses. Okay. Yes. So really, the real question is what's going to happen next. Okay. What's going to happen next? So let's see the analogy with 2007, 2008. Okay. I want you to see the analogy. In 2007, 2008, many financial institutions held toxic mortgage-backed securities, right? And lost their value when the housing bubble burst. So the crisis then was they bought a lot of bought a lot of mortgage-backed security, and guess what? Then the housing bubble burst and this thing went down the drain. On the other hand, is right now in 2023, many financial institutions bought government securities, okay, that has their value lost when the interest rate rises. Can you see the similarity? Can you see the similarity? So which was the financial institution that burst first? Bear Stearns, right? Bear Stearns kena. Then after Bear Stearns came Lehman Brothers, and then AIG almost collapsed, Citibank almost collapsed. Then the Bank of US, the Federal Reserve come in to rescue. Now is treasuries. Okay, it's not even a toxic instrument. It's a very healthy instrument. So can you see why I say it's a big crisis? Who agree me is a big? Who agree me is a big crisis? Say agree. Who say that no lah? Some say a small issue. Mr. Lu exaggerate. Okay, say I disagree. I want to see agree or disagree. And by the way, can you all give a like? So Fuyo, you give a like. Yes, a lot of analysis went to this. You know, who agree with me that this is a big crisis? Okay, type agree. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. Anybody disagree? Yep. Okay. Yes. So, okay, I think 9 out of 10 will agree with me. Okay, cool. So what is needed to turn around this crisis? What is needed? Okay, what is needed? So from a US perspective, we need a white knight to save Silicon Valley Bank. Someone must come and save Silicon Valley Bank. If Silicon Valley Bank is not saved, then the issue will become very big. Okay, I'm sure right now, they are talking to a few potential buyovers. Okay, and one of them is of course Elon Musk. I'm sure some of them are talking to Warren Buffett right now. Okay, I'm sure one of them are talking to Warren Buffett, but again, hedge funds are offering to buy the startup deposit stuck at Silicon Valley Bank, right? 60 cents on the dollar, 80 cents on a dollar, that kind of thing, right? Okay, so right now we need someone to save Silicon Valley Bank. And hedge funds are offering as low as 60 cents for a dollar, 80 cents for a dollar. Elon Musk show interest. And by the way, you know who triggered this thought? You know who triggered this thought? It was Tam Ming Liang of Razer. Tam Ming Liang wrote on Twitter and said that Elon Musk, you must, can consider taking over. Elon Musk say, okay. It's a Singaporean that triggered his thoughts. You can see the conversation. It's quite funny. Okay. So the Federal Reserve governors will have a closed door meeting on Monday to see what they can do on this matter. Okay, quite important meeting, and they are meeting with lawmakers are meeting with the Federal Reserve, FDIC, to discuss this collapse. So it is a very, very, very big matter. Okay, I'm not so sure Temasek can rescue this. Too big already. Too big already. The amount is too big. Okay. So risk is very high. So my suggestion is this. Okay, my suggestion is this. What's going to happen next is, there's going to go all out to see how they can rescue Silicon Valley Bank to stop contagion. There is a contagion. There's a potential contagion of financial crisis, but there's a possible contagion of fear. There is loss of confidence. That is a much more serious thing. If the fear spreads, then it's a very serious thing. Okay, and everybody start pulling out money from the banks, the whole banking system will collapse. Okay, and then we have a bigger problem, much more than Yeah, much more than our inflation problem. Okay, I hope you can see. I want you all to see why this potentially can be a mega issue. I'm not fear mongering. How many times Mr. Lu come to tell you that there is a big crisis at hand? Most of the time, I'm telling you, I chai, relax, no big deal, right? Most of the cases. But today is probably the first time I go live and tell you that don't underestimate this issue. It's very freaking big. It's very big. Okay, it's very big. Huh? This issue is very big. Okay, so we are too small to handle all this, this crisis and little investors like us. But what can we possibly do, right? Possibly do. So I think right now the risk is very high, very high. What would I do? I cannot tell you what you should do. Okay, what would I do? Okay, number one is, given the risk is very high, try not to go into leverage position. Things can magnify risk, right? Futures, options, warrants, leverage stocks and instruments. Okay, try not to go into all these things. Okay, don't gamble. Right? Don't go into speculative thing. Right? Um, I sat down with a friend of mine. I said, hey, he said, wow, really, he's so serious. Ah? I said, yes. I've been telling him buy, S&P 500 and Nasdaq only. These two, I think is very safe. Okay, it will go down, but it won't be zero. But he buy a lot of individual counters. Individual counters have got existential risk there. I have no freaking idea if, let's say today, my company is if today Access Digital, which is my company, or Premium Mall, all our cash is in Silicon Valley Bank, and if Silicon Valley Bank goes down, the company is dead, gone. My two companies are gone, vaporized. Can you see? Can you see the crisis at hand? Okay, the company will vaporize, man. Yeah. So anyway, so therefore, I would avoid individual counters. I take the whole S&P fund, whole Nasdaq. I don't even worry. Cannot be all 500 S&P company put money into this kind of banks and all die. Okay, if that happen, then the whole world crisis already. So I personally think that S&P 500, Nasdaq, it can go down. It possibly can go very down. I don't know. Okay, but it won't go to zero. What I'm afraid is existential risk. Counters going to zero. Can there be such counters? Yes. I told you if Premium Mall and Access Digital or some of my other companies, all their money is in one bank that collapse. The company go from the stock price of whatever the stock price go down zero. Okay, so now I'm saying that in Singapore it's still safe, but a lot of people are speculating with individual companies. I think that's very dangerous. Okay, but I'm not telling you to sell. Please don't get me wrong. Maybe I'm overly kanchiong. Okay, but I think this is not a time to take excessive financial risk. Not a time to take it. Some of your hello, why less than 1/5 of you are given a like. Okay, I hope you all please help me give a like. More people will hear this. Okay, if you are planning to buy a house, don't buy. Okay, you're planning to buy a car, don't buy. Right? If you are planning to if you are planning to do something high risk, okay, don't take those risks. Right? So just be a bit more conservative. Okay, be a bit more conservative. Okay, so conserve cash right now as much as you can. Okay, conserve cash right as much as you can, so that you can be in a low risk position, right? And just watch. The whole thing will become clearer in 1 or 2 months. There's no need to take excessive risk. Okay, so what I'll do is that I will adopt a wait and see approach. Adopt a wait and see approach for news of regulators and white knight bailout and come and see whether this thing has a contagion effect. Okay, I will minimize high risk position, and me and my wife discussed. We probably just hold back on our JB house. Okay, not that I cannot afford it, but if this thing blows on a big thing, the whole world crash, and my JB house will also crash. So cheaper house, why not, right? Right? Hold back, right? Just wait for a while, won't die. Yeah. What is there to, right? Just go back and wait, okay? Now, some of y'all said, wow, Mr. Lu, quickly, market crash, buy, right? Yes, but I think it's okay to just wait and see for this whole thing to pan out and see where it's contagion. If this thing become contagion and 2007, 2008 financial crisis happen again, the S&P 500 can go down by 40, 50%, right? So I'm not saying that it will happen. We just got to watch what happens. So I think it's okay to take a position to just watch what happened, okay? Because this is a smell, okay? This is a smell of a 2007, 2000 crisis. We don't know the extent, okay? A lot of you are damn freaking sure nothing will happen to the rest of the banks. How are you to be sure? So take a more conservative stand and just watch and see. There's no downside to the downside of underestimating this crisis is high. Okay, so I think we should just take a more conservative stand, right? So that's my take. Okay, cool. Yep. So I think there's a good chance that the Federal Reserve will be very conservative with interest rate hike moving forward, which is good for a stock market. Okay, but we can't tell the impact of the crisis for now. We can't tell. It's very difficult to tell. So I will just say this. Okay, most of the people who take a more conservative stand will say this: brace for impact. Okay, brace for impact. So I'm not fearful. I'm still holding on to my positions. Okay, I got some leverage positions which I'll exit. Leverage position means, leverage position. I've got some leverage positions that are high risk. These are gambling money. I'll exit them, right? For S&P 500, Nasdaq, CPF, whatever. Just hold it there. These are my safe layer of my Kueh Lapis investment structure. Okay, and I've told all my companies to conserve cash for now. Cool. Okay, good. Okay. So let's take some questions, shall we? And some comments. Yeah, some questions, shall we? Okay. All right, cool. Any questions that we have? Okay, let's see some questions. You want to buy some put options, that's leverage position there. Didn't I say that I think that's very dangerous? Okay. Uh, Save more money, but put where? Put in the bank. Just Singapore banks, I think, are going to be very safe. Okay, the DBS, UOB, OCBC, I don't think anything will happen to them. Okay, how will this affect Singapore? I think our government is very strong. They probably come on just the last time in 1997 or 2008, 2007, financial crisis, they actually activate the financial reserve. They use the financial reserve and back the deposits of the banks. Okay, so I don't think it's dangerous. I don't think it's dangerous. Singapore banks. Do you think housing interest loan will go up, go down? I can't tell. There's a chance that the Federal Reserve will slow down the rate of increase or maybe even stop. Okay. How close is it to 2000 financial? We don't know, actually. We don't know. The problem is we don't know what we don't know, right? So if we don't know what we don't know, it's probably better to just take a more conservative stance. Okay. Our currency strength will decrease. I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Buy T bills. Yeah, okay, that's another way. Kit Lu is not around. I think you may have answered, but have you revised your S&P entry price? I would just take a more conservative stance to just watch the whole crisis first. There's no harm just holding back. I miss, no big deal, right? But there is no need to be FOMO greedy to sell or to buy. I would just watch this whole thing first. That's for me, okay? But if I hold high leverage positions, dangerous position, I will be concerned. Okay, I'll be concerned. Singapore TV is very safe. Um, will this affect US property? Yes, it will. I'm pretty sure it will. The US property is really crashing. Okay. Any possible white knights? Yes. I think there are some other banks that are looking at this and so on, right? Yes. Yellen said there'll be no bailout, but wait till this thing is deemed too big to fail. Okay. Banks need to go right. Timing advice and 500. I will wait and see. For now, I cannot tell you what to do. I'll wait and see. Wait for a few, 1 or 2 weeks. There's no need to rush in. Just wait and see whether it's contagion. The key thing is whether there's contagion or not. If there's contagion and start spreading, then okay, lo and behold, right? But if there's no contagion, then maybe it's not so bad. Okay. Should I pay down housing loan using CPF OA right now? There's no need to rush, right? You can wait and see. Be greedy when up here. I agree with you, but there's no need to rush. If there's going to be fear, it's going to be a long-lasting fear. You've got a lot of time to go in. Okay. Should I withdraw all my cash from Singapore bank, from US banks? I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you what to do. I think Singapore banks is guaranteed up to $75,000, right? So minimally at least max. You can always the option just put up to $75,000. Then you'll be very safe. Okay. You go to every bank, put 75,000. No. Singapore got about 10, 20 banks. Okay. Sorry, questions are too fast. I can't read that. Will it be viable, Federal Reserve? Super and September, I can't tell on that one. Right now, they are all looking around to see how to save it. The contagion doesn't spread to other countries. We can't tell. That's the key thing. What Silicon Valley Bank did is a very normal banking behavior. The only thing that is not normal, cannot say not normal, a bit more higher risk is that they put on the super mega long-term bonds. But there's nothing technically wrong with that, except now is extraordinary circumstances where the interest rate went out and drive the treasury price down. Okay, when US sneeze, other countries will catch a cold. Yes. Can Singapore index crash tomorrow? I don't think it will crash, but as I said, really right now is the question: got contagion or no contagion? If there's contagion, it spreads, then God help us. But if there's none, so that's why we don't know. Just watch and see. Yeah, watch and see. 75,000 protection is per person, not per bank. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, is it per bank or per bank? I thought it's per account. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what's the chances that Federal Reserve will cut rates? I don't think they will cut rates, but they will slow down rate of increase and possibly even stop for the time being. Okay. Singapore Bank Reserve percent is very, there's I thought it was 6 or 8%, but most banks keep higher than that. Yeah. Okay, per bank per person. Yeah, I thought so as well. Yeah, per bank per person. So you can go to several banks and put $75,000 and they're all guaranteed, right? Would you sell a position either to fully protect myself? I said really, I got some leverage positions. The leverage ones are the gambling positions, a bit dangerous. I will probably clear majority of some of them. My son and I have some idea. I'm not going to go into them. But my S&P fund and NASDAQ, all these I won't touch. Yes. US spending on Ukraine can buy a few S&P. Do you think a possible bailout before? If Silicon Valley Bank out, yes. Okay. Is your live streaming getting more popular? I think tonight is is a hot topic. Not every day we have so many people. Okay. Unfortunately, I think there's is there some Wi-Fi issue at your side? Lag. I hate it. I can see that. Okay. I can't do anything. I keep switching the Wi-Fi 3G. I think it's a YouTube problem. Okay, so for those people who has got lag issues, when the video is being uploaded, okay, the lag goes away. Okay, I think I cannot tell all the other platforms. I know Endowers that came and say they're okay. So yeah, I cannot refresh my YouTube. How do I refresh my YouTube right now? Yeah, actually, okay, the deposit insurance scheme protects your deposit with a member bank for $75,000 per depositor per bank. So it's okay, yeah. So you can spread out your deposit, across 75,000. Okay. Is this considered a black swan event? Yes. I don't think anybody can see it coming. Okay. Yes. Mr. Lu, will you consider switching to Twitch? No lah, it's everybody's used to YouTube. Yeah, I start on Twitch, nobody's gonna come in. Yeah. They say okay until they're not okay. I don't think 50,000 basis points is on the table. I don't think so. Unless Powell is okay. All right, cool. All right, good. Okay. So basically the approach I would do is to watch and see. Watch and see. Okay, watch and see. No need to overreact. Dangerous moves, huge financial commitment, hold back. It's okay, right? There's no need to rush to buy a house, okay? There's no need to rush to buy a house, no need to rush to buy a car, right? Take a few weeks or a few months of grab won't you know won't do any harm. Okay. So we watch and see where so the key thing is watch and see whether it's contagion. Watch and see whether there's a white knight. Okay. So these two things, if these two things turn out well, I think it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So do as I said, brace for impact. There will be impact, right? If I tell you a ghost is coming when the ghost actually jump on you, then not so scary. Yeah. But what I don't want y'all to have the idea that hey, this small issue no big deal Okay. I think a lot of people are underestimating. Okay. Underestimating the impact. Okay. So I say again, Mr. Lu rarely come out to tell you crisis is coming. Very rarely. Most of the messages that come up is to bring you a message of calm and stability. This time around is one of the rare moments I tell you all brace for impact. Okay, brace for impact. Okay, cool. Yes. All right, cool. All right, cool. Okay. So with this, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Worthwhile, observe and very careful. Don't overreact. Okay. If you have major, broad-based indices, funds, and whatever, I would say unlikely to crash. And to come when this thing stabilize, you can always go in and fish out at a good price. But we are really difficult to tell what's going to go up, what's going to go down. It's very difficult. I don't want to say, but it's that no regret move is to be conservative right now. No regret move, okay? No regret move to be conservative. No need to be a hero, okay? No need to be a hero. But don't panic and don't panic and sell and don't panic sell or something like that and get yourself in trouble. Okay, cool. All right, with this, okay, thank you and have a good night. Okay, and uh, I I wouldn't take position. I don't know what your counters are. The question was, will I suggest selling individual counters right now? I can't tell. Okay, I never like to hold individual counters. That is why I don't hold individual counters. And that's why I keep telling everybody don't hold individual counters because in time like this, you don't know what can happen, right? But now that you're holding it, you panic sell, you can incur a hell of losses. I cannot advise you what to do, okay? But if you got leverage positions, it'll be very risky. So I'll advise everybody don't take leverage high risk positions, okay? That I'm gonna explain. Okay. All right, good. Okay, good night, everybody. Yeah, good night. Chances are with this inflation is possibly gonna come down. Everybody's scared, right? Yeah. Okay, scared. So don't okay, scared. So looks like, yeah. I'll update everybody. I'm going to KL tomorrow and see have some business discussion there. But I'll watch the market. Tomorrow is a big day. It's a big day. Let's watch and see. Okay, cool. Yes, I'll be flying Europe soon as well. Yes, this week as well. So I'll go to KL first, come back, then go Europe. Yeah. Okay, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Okay, please give a like uh, before you leave or after you leave when the video is up. Yes. I will try to do a live every day because this is a very serious time. I'll try to do a live every day for you guys. Okay. Yes, yes. I'll try to do a live in the night. Okay. Hoping that my business discussion will end early. I've got some business meetings all the way to the night. Okay. Cool. Okay. Good night, everybody. Really, really good night to you. Okay. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Good night. Good night. Okay. Good night, Boon Long, Ahmad. Billy. Exaltation, Amy, good night to you as well. Okay, good night. Okay, good night. Okay, good night. Yes, Amy, good night to you also. Amy Wong, good night to you. Okay, good night. Okay, good night. Oh, in KL, are going back tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, good night. Okay, good night. Yeah. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night.